Okay, so keep in mind these 4 amino acids that have an asterisk next to them. Okay? Disregard these 3, that's general chemistry. Like I said, we take this in a slow, progressive fashion. Okay? So, what is everything that you can tell me about what we learned yesterday with an or any amino acid? What do they have in common? Because you had alluded to it or made reference to it. Okay? So, okay? That would be methane, but amino acids are a little more complex than this. Okay, where's that nitrogen go? Left side. Okay? I just do this by habit. Okay? Then, what's on the right side? See? Okay, then there's another carbon over here. Okay? Okay, so then what's on this carbon? Double bond oxygen and an alcohol. So, when we look at this specific structure, okay, this dashed line is separating each side of this compound. NH2 is called a what group? Because what are all of these called? Amino acids. So the left side is called this group. So then what is that side called? Okay? So that's how and why we call this an amino acid. Okay? So then if we take this dashed line away, I'll just erase the whole thing here. Is that any one of these amino acids, or does it need to be a little more complex than this? Okay, who thinks this is one of the amino acids? Okay, no one thinks this is one of them? It is, right. It's this top one, glycine. There's a reason that we're putting these 3 in this order, okay? It's because when we start adding more carbons or other atoms to this central carbon, they become more complex, and you name them differently. So what is any or a methyl group? What's the formula for a methyl group? Why can't it be CH4? Because that would be methane. That's a stable compound. So when we talk about a methyl group, or CH3, that is another one of these amino acids. And to your best guess, what would that be? No. The second one, alanine. Okay? If you just have a methyl group on this, it's called alanine. Okay? So we just want to take this in a slow, progressive fashion. Then one of the things that I think will help you okay, if you were to look at one of the letters in the alphabet, this might look like an upside down what? You know, I never thought about thinking Y. That would be correct. You could say that, but it's not Y. Okay? So then this must be which amino acid then? Valine, because it's got a V in it. See? This makes an upside down V. So we can call that valine. Okay? And then we will stop with that for today. And because when it comes to this, okay, and it was one of your vocab terms too, what is it that's found in the nucleus that directs all cellular activities? I think it was something similar to that. No? Nucleic acids, that's right. It's when you start hooking a lot of these together, they become nucleic acids. And in certain cases, they become even more specific. We don't usually say deoxyribonucleic acid. It just takes too long to say it. It's confusing. Let's just refer to some of these molecules as DNA, as RNA. Okay? So, what I need to have you do, okay, let's get our vocab out, please. So we'll give you a few minutes to work with your lab partner if you so choose. Tomorrow, we'll start talking about sugars because we're starting to wind down fairly quickly. Okay? And would you agree, do we check for understanding in here? Yeah. Don't we say front row, second row, third row? Okay? So then when we do that, if you say this, well, maybe not at the same time, but if we say this, are we nod our head yes, what are you telling us as staff members? That you understand it, okay? So, and if you choose to, if you need more help, what can you do? You can ask for help. Again, we said we're not the enemy on this side, okay? So please take advantage of those opportunities because it's one of those things to where we want you prepared because how many of you could foresee yourself going just up the road to South Dakota State? Anybody? Is that maybe in your future? And maybe you don't know yet. Okay? Because it's one of the things, we took an anatomy lab tour there yesterday. Yes, we looked at cadavers, actual people who donate themselves to science. So you see human bodies who have been dissected. Okay? And one of the things I like to say, tell the professors, we'll do our best on this end to keep the pipeline going, sending you good students up there. I say, well, we appreciate that because we want good students up there because that is a nationally recognized program, not just here in the state, but across the entire country. And we want you prepared for that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take a few minutes, prepare for yourself for this, and talk about sugars tomorrow, which everyone's going to be here tomorrow, correct? Because your track meet has been postponed. That's correct? All right. So go ahead and take a look at this for a few moments.